You may have noticed many drivers getting pulled over today when they least expected that. State troopers took a Greyhound bus to spot everybody who was failing to wear their seatbelt and texting and driving right here in the Chattanooga area.
Channel 3's Casey Freeman rode along for Operation Incognito, the latest push to keep distracted driving off Tennessee roadways.
Operation Incognito rolled out in 5 Tennessee cities today. We rode along for an undercover investigation that law enforcement hopes will get the attention of distracted drivers.
We need a unit to check a white van.
From Cummings Highway to Old Lee Highway, 17 miles across the city of Chattanooga. This bus looks like any other, but is carrying half a dozen law enforcement officers with one goal.
Distracted driving is not just a young person's problem. Distracted driving is everyone's problem.
Lieutenant John Harmon was on board spotting traffic violations on the road. He would then radio officers and patrol cars to make the stops. Some of those stops resulted in tickets. Other drivers were warned.
We've got to get back to the basics of driving, folks. Our hands on the wheel and our eyes on the road.
It's called Operation Incognito. It launched in Chattanooga, Nashville, Kingsport, Memphis, and Knoxville. It's a one-day operation to cut down on distracted driving, which is the #2 cause of crashes across the state, only behind texting and driving. Michelle Horton knows all too well how serious crashes can impact a family. She witnessed a crash 15 years ago and now advocates for safe driving.
That is someone's mother, that is someone's child, that is someone's relative that could actually be hurt because we're not practicing safety on the highways.
It wasn't just distracted driving we observed while on board. Seatbelt violations were common.
I was actually surprised today on the bus that there was as many people not wearing their seatbelts. I figured there would be a lot more people texting and driving.
Erlanger trauma surgeon Dr. Darren Hunt was also on board. He treats injuries in the emergency room, where the staff has seen about 1,000 serious injuries connected to car crashes.
We'd like to see that number decrease every year so that we're not seeing those people whose lives are altered for really things that could be prevented.
And that was Casey Freeman reporting. Troopers also used the opportunity to warn drivers about the move over law. It requires drivers to move over to the next lane if crews are working on the highway. Officials hope to reduce the number of injuries and deaths while people are working.